Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and my thanks to both of you for your decades of service. I did want to mention the concerns that our European allies must have regarding what happened with Signalgate. So U.S. officials, including Vice President Vance and Secretary of Defense Hicks, said this is for General Cavoli, use Signal to communicate classified Yemen strike plans, putting the lives of our service members at risk. And in addition to sharing classified material on an unsecure network, the Vice President and Secretary of Defense spoke contemptuously about our European allies. I think both of you very much know how important our allies are and how important it is for us to continue to strengthen our relationships with our allies. So it certainly doesn't help when we have our leaders in an unconscionable way being contemptuous of them. General Cavoli, do you think sharing operation plans on unclassified systems puts our warfighters at risk?
Ma'am, we have protocols to handle classified information. We adhere to them to the extent that we're capable. When there's a failure in that, we, of course, investigate it.
Answer is yes?
Yeah.
Have you heard from our European allies? Have any of them indicated to you their concerns about the security breach on our part?
No, not directly. I've not had anybody ask me about that or talk to me about that.
What do you think they are thinking regarding the security breach?
Ma'am, it's hard for me to put myself into their
Is
heads.
it reassuring to them?
It's hard. It's hard. I can't, characterize their thoughts, ma'am.
So none of them actually said to you, what is going on?
No, if one
in the
did, I
United
would, of course,
States?
tell you.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty surprising. Don't we share intel with our European allies?
Of course, it's one of the most important parts of our alliance and our bilateral relationships.
Do you think that the security breach that occurred with Signalgate is reassuring to our allies in terms of their willingness to share security information with us?
Senator, again, it's hard for me to characterize as somebody else's thoughts, but I have not had anybody pull back any of our intelligence sharing agreements, ma'am.
I find that surprising, but nonetheless, I hope so. There have been recent news reports that the Pentagon is considering combining AFRICOM and EUCOM into one command. For both of you, what is your best military advice on the strategic, operational, and resource implications of such a merger? General Langley?
Senator, I won't speculate on the evolving policy, but I will say this. I'll just give comparison of the relevance of AFRICOM in our mission. Back in 2007, when we were stood up, we looked at the challenges across the globe, and especially the challenge of terrorism. At that time, the global presence of terrorism on the African continent was 2%. Senator, today it's 43%. And then even adding on to a geostrategic type of perspective of our great power competitions, both Russia Federation and the Chinese Communist Party activities on the African continent is grand. So my responsibilities are great. So for a combat commander, it would be a daunting task for integration.
So would you agree that General Cavoli, that the challenges, as General Langley put it, have increased in Africa, not decreased, and making it even more important that this combatant command continues?
Ma'am, the challenges in Africa have increased exponentially over the last 10 years. Not just the terrorism that was there during the previous period of the last 20 years, but the increasing activity of Russia and China. Yeah, there are a lot of problems there, ma'am, and I'm satisfied with the problems I have in EUCOM.
Would you like to share your thoughts on yet another potential change being contemplated by the administration, and that is to give up our role as NATO's Supreme Allied Commander?
Yes, ma'am. I think that would bring some challenges in terms of nuclear command and control. It would put us in a position where in an Article 5 situation, we could have, for the first time since the First World War, large numbers of American troops under non-U.S. command. So I think those are things that would have to be considered carefully.
Giving up this command, in fact, could really endanger our national security. That's what I hear you saying. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.